Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 dropped sometime last week. I don't know the exact day, I just know one of my friends was spoiling it for me on Discord. So I told him kindly to shut the fuck up until I've seen it. And I saw it the other day. Yesterday specifically. And it was a riot. I enjoyed it. I didn't realize they made it into a comedy, though. Howdy, I'm the Shadow of the Hawk, and welcome to just a random review. I've got a few minutes between studying, so I thought, hey, let's try that YouTube shit. Record a video on something topical. What's topical? Vox Machina. Do I enjoy Vox Machina? Yes, I do. So, let's talk about it. My opinions. Season 1 was good. It definitely felt like they were missing a lot of context from everything, because, you don't really know much about Amon, Taldora. It's very bare bones in the stakes, which, they're having to cram in literal days of stream content down into, I think it was 8 or 10 22-minute videos. So, totally understandable that a lot of the context is missing. But even before I saw those streams, there were details where I'm like, this could be done better, this could be flushed out. But overall, Season 1 I enjoyed it. It was good. Season 2 started the ball rolling. This will be a very, very spoilery review. So if you have not seen it and you do want to see it, go check it out right now, because spoilers. We start off where we ended off in the last season, with the leader of Amon deciding to step down as regent because he fucked up one crisis. So this was one of those things where I'm like, hey, a lot of context is missing. In the Vox Machina D&D series that Critical Role streamed, there were a lot more problems in Iman than just Vampire Lord. So the regent stepping down made a little bit more sense, because he'd been kind of doing a half-baked job of it all. So, and with this, it's literally just, you had a single attempted uprising by a vampire and his warlock waifu. You shouldn't, why are you stepping down? But, whatever. It sets up the fact that they're all gathered up in this nice little courtyard area for the dragons to attack. And holy fuck, the dragons were epic. My personal favorite was the black dragon, because he had this acid wind, he would just basically made this acid rain and would spit acid at people. So just no matter what was going on, people were melting, and it was fucking amazing. My second favorite has to be the green dragon. Forgive me, I don't really know the names very well. I will probably know them by the end of the season, for those of you who are big critical rollers. Or critters, I think is the term. But so the scene with the gas dragon coming down and gassing the courtyard, just how everyone started vomiting up blood, and eyeballs were leaking blood, and just the deaths that were happening were all very fucking dope. That joke about me laughing the whole time, that was not, I genuinely was laughing. Not out of humor, but just out of, yeah, because violence being actually violent is something I really enjoy in fiction. If you can get the stakes of a conflict right, it sets the stage very well. Now, of course, I'm hoping to see a lot more happy moments throughout the season. I'm not expecting just to see edge, but if they can keep this tier of violence up, we're in for a happy-go-lucky ride. A lot of civilian casualties. A lot of fucking civilian casualties. Glorious. But so yeah, so the dragons come in, they fuck shit up. The regent, who just renounced being a regent, dies from the gas attack. It's this moment of, oh no, he's dying! Which, to critters who watched the live streams, I imagine that was a big moment. But for someone like me who kind of fell off a little bit, I tried to watch it, I really did. The early stuff was very meh, mostly because I'd heard all the horror stories about Aranakaba, and it was just really, you get to the point where he's being a bit of an ass, and I just couldn't sit through that. And I didn't want to jump ahead when he's not around, because I wanted the context of the initial stuff. So I eventually cut ahead, because I just couldn't watch the streams. I physically couldn't watch the streams due to not just dislike of Aranakaba, but some other stuff. So I cut ahead, and I was enjoying it. It was somewhat fine, but it just droned on for way too fucking long, with very little being actually done of interest. So I stopped watching them. So I don't have as much context. So the leader, Uriel, I think his name was, Uriel dying, I don't fucking care. The guy's a side character. He showed up twice in the first season. I don't care about his death. But Critters probably did, so yeah. Which, I mean, this show is made for the critters. This show is made for the Critical Role fans. It's not made for me. Totally understand that. So yeah, the fight happens, and Vox Machina gets split up by the dragon attack, and you kind of get all the different dragons and their powers being showcased. They arm themselves, fall back to their keep, and then you get like a moment of, oh, there's hope! And then you get another dose of civilian casualties in a courtyard. Like, the Critical Role team seems to have... I don't have any evidence of this yet, but going forward, if we have more civilian fatalities in a courtyard due to dragon attack, the Critical Role team may have a similar opinion on this that James Cameron has on sinking boats, or that George Lucas had on taking off hands. So, yeah. But yeah, so you see the characters. This season is not going to be as happy-go-lucky as the first season. This one is starting off at a very, very low point. A lot of people fucking died. Vox Machina couldn't even dent the fuckers. Grog, the Barbarian, the DPS dude, ran in, bonk, bounced off the hide of one of the monsters. It would be a fucking slaughter against one, not all four. And then also, the main dragon, the big boy, I don't remember his name, but it is played by, I know his last name is Riddick, I don't remember his first name, but, Commander Zavala. Goma Conclave, we have stepped into a war on Mars. Oh, yeah. So, I've also heard that this season is probably going to end kind of like a French film, bit on a cliffhanger, because the Chroma Conclave arc is fucking long, apparently. Like, I kind of glanced at it at the playlist, but yeah, no, this is, I've heard, the longest arc. So we're going to get some good seasons of just dragon mayhem and violence. I did watch a little bit of this arc on when I was actually giving a shit, so I do know a few of the characters that are going to show up. There are some characters that I really, really want to see. Some characters I know probably aren't going to show up due to internet controversy. Yay! But as a whole, Season 2, Episode 1, I thoroughly recommend it. I also recommend Season 1 if you haven't yet. It's just a good show. It is a good fucking show. Oh, also watch out for the violence, blood, screaming. It's a show I'm enjoying, and I'm an edgy 19-year-old, so yeah. Watch out for that shit. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you next time.